Everyone here this afternoon, and anyone who'd ever met my grandma, Nana, knew how much she loved the sport of football. And this may come as a surprise to many of you in this room, but her favorite team was the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Her love for her team was passed down to me at a very young age. I always have people ask me why I'm such a huge Notre Dame fan when neither of my parents attended college there. Aside from being Irish Catholic, I would always tell them it's all thanks to my Nana. Whenever she would call to talk to my siblings or myself, it would only take a mere seconds before a conversation was entirely about our beloved Fighting Irish. There were always frequent phone conversations with her throughout the year, but when fall rolled around, there would always be calls either Saturday or Sunday every week to talk about the game that weekend. Oftentimes, my dad or I would actually fill her in on what the final outcome of the game was because she'd become too nervous and have to turn the game off. Now, there must only be a handful of people on this planet who are so devoted to their team that they can't take the emotional toll of watching the final plays of the game. But that was my Nana. And it wasn't just Notre Dame football that she loved and cheered for so much. She also showed that same compassion for all of her grandchildren and their sporting endeavors. The five of us combined to play lacrosse, swimming, soccer, field hockey, softball, tennis, basketball, and football, of course. Whenever any of us spoke on the phone with her, there was always one question she would ask. How did the team do and how did you play? My dad did mention before how Nana was quite the athlete herself at St. Mary's Academy. If you look at the display table back there, you'll see that the letter from St. Mary's where she played tennis and basketball. Fortunately, she never challenged me to a game of tennis or basketball because it would have been a little humbling experience for me to have lost my grandmother in either of these sports. The second question that Nana would always ask us was, how was school? Now, had Nana grown up a USC or a Miami fan, this question might have never entered the conversation. As my dad said in his comment, Nana had confidence in us, even in my sister Molly, which I find a little hard to believe. She would tell us we could do anything, as long as we put our minds to it. She would always end every conversation, and I know this is probably the same with all of her grandchildren, by telling me how proud she was of me and how truly special I was. After every conversation I had with Nana, whether on the phone or in person, I'd always feel better about myself. Nana was like so many grandparents who took pride in their grandchildren. As much pride she took in us, we also had so much pride in her. In less than 2 months, Notre Dame will be taking the field in their first football game of the season. Like so many other seasons I've experienced in my brief lifetime, there are high expectations and hopes for a good season. Now, normally I wouldn't get my hopes that high. I've seen too many Notre Dame teams start hot and collapse midway through the season. But this season I'm feeling a little better about the Irish, and that's because Nana is now able to watch the games from her new seat, next to Notre Dame herself, Our Lady. And when Brian Kelly's praying for a touchdown on fourth and goal in the final seconds of the game, now I know Brian Kelly is a pretty religious guy because I've seen him mouth the Lord's name on a couple of occasions during games. I know there will be at least 2 angels up there listening to his prayers. And with those two sitting together on game days, I expect nothing less than a national championship. Notre Dame might have been her favorite football program to cheer for, but the team she cared and supported the most was her family. Although all of her grandkids' days on the field, diamond, court, or pool are mostly over, except for Peter, I know our biggest cheerleader will always be looking down at us and cheering for us with whatever life brings us. In closing, I know Nana had a song that she would love to listen to time and time again. I would ask that we all pause and take a minute to think of Nana as we hear her favorite song performed one more time. I'd also like to ask any USC fans to please leave the room.